This fanfiction is only for entertainment purposes, so please don't take it seriously and don't be offended. It's just a story made out of imagination, so it doesn't define any character in real life. I hope you'll enjoy this story and leave positive comments without hating the author and character. I don't own any pictures, but the storylines are completely mine. I will do voiceover so you can mute it if you want. Hope you will like the video. Taehyung sat on the grand sofa like a true king. The huge party he had thrown was filled with rich and powerful people. Many men surrounded him, trying to impress him with their fake smiles and sweet words. But Taehyung didn't care about them at all. His face stayed cold and emotionless. He was Kim Taehyung, the king of the Underworld. Everyone wanted to get close to him. They wanted his favor, his protection, or maybe even his friendship. But no one had ever succeeded. His heart was like a locked door that no one could open. While people kept flattering him, one old man stepped forward with a wide fake smile. His eyes were full of greed. He called his daughter to come closer. "Old man, smiling too much, and this is my beautiful daughter. She's a big fan of yours." He then secretly signaled his daughter to serve Taehyung a drink. The young woman walked forward confidently. She was wearing a short red dress that revealed too much skin, her face covered with heavy makeup. She looked at Taehyung with *ductive eyes, hoping to attract him. She knew very well, even if she got just one night with him, her future would be secure. And, of course, Taehyung was the most handsome man she had ever seen. Bending low in front of him, she slowly filled a glass of wine, trying to show off her body. As she tried to step closer, two of Taehyung's female bodyguards immediately moved in front of her, blocking her way. He had specially kept female guards for such desperate women. Girl, with a husky voice and *ductive smile, "Mr. Kim, I'm just trying to serve you. I'm no danger, unless you consider being too beautiful a danger." She giggled softly, trying to sound playful. But Taehyung didn't even bother to look at her. His eyes stayed closed as he leaned back on the sofa. His voice came out cold and calm. "Taehyung, throw this man and his daughter out of the party." The old man and his daughter panicked and started pleading, saying he misunderstood them. But Taehyung didn't listen. His guards dragged them out of the party, ignoring their cries. The people around him quickly stepped back too, afraid they might be the next ones to face his anger. Now, Taehyung sat alone. His mood had turned dark and bored. But suddenly, a soft, familiar laugh echoed from behind him. His eyes flew open. A small smirk appeared on his lips. "She's here." He turned his head slightly and bit his lower lip as his gaze landed on you. You stood there, talking to your friends, wearing a beautiful sari. There was hardly any makeup on your face, yet you looked breathtaking. You shone brighter than anyone else in the entire room. The soft silk sari hugged your body perfectly, and your long hair fell softly over your shoulders. You could feel his intense gaze burning into you, like a fire touching your skin. You smiled softly, knowing very well the effect you had on him. Slowly, you moved your pallu just a little, revealing the delicate waist chain around your slim waist. A quiet groan escaped from Taehyung's lips as his eyes darkened with desire. His gaze was so intense that you almost felt like his hands were actually touching your waist, even though he hadn't moved. Smirking to yourself, you quickly covered your waist again with the sari. Your plan was working perfectly. You threw him a side glance, feeling proud to see his hungry eyes locked on your body. You knew very well he wanted to touch you right now. But he couldn't. Not here. Not now. You continued talking to your friends, but inside you could feel his eyes tracing every small movement you made. Every time you laughed or tucked your hair behind your ear, his desire for you grew stronger. Taehyung couldn't control himself anymore. He called the manager and whispered something in his ear. A few minutes later, while you were sipping juice from your glass, the manager made an announcement. Manager, loudly, "Everyone, may I have your attention please? Since this is a special party, We cannot let it end without adding something even more special. Just then, waiters appeared carrying trays full of elegant masks. Manager, from now, the masquerade party will begin. Everyone is requested to wear a mask because surprises are yet to come. You softly chuckled, shaking your head. You knew exactly why the party suddenly turned into a masquerade ball. It was his plan. Smiling, you picked up one mask and placed it on your face like everyone else. But as you glanced toward the sofa where Taehyung had been sitting, your smile faded a little. The sofa was empty. He wasn't there anymore. You looked around, searching for him. But you couldn't find him. A small pout appeared on your lips as you kept looking. Where did he go? Your heart started beating a little faster because you knew very well the real game was about to begin. After a few minutes, while you were still talking and laughing with your friends, you suddenly felt a strong hand grabbing yours. Before you could react, you were pulled onto the dance floor. Your heels clicked against the shiny marble floor as you stumbled slightly, but then you smiled softly. You knew this touch too well. That familiar scent filled your nose, expensive cologne mixed with something purely him. It's Taehyung. Taehyung had returned after changing his clothes. Now he was wearing a different suit that hugged his tall, broad body perfectly. His face was almost completely covered with a full face mask, leaving only his lips exposed. He had done this on purpose so that no one would recognize him and he could enjoy this moment with you in secret. The ballroom was filled with couples dancing, so no one paid attention when one more couple stepped onto the dance floor. You smirked playfully and gently pushed him back a little, pretending you wanted to escape. But he didn't let you. With one quick movement, he grabbed your wrist and pulled you back, your back bumping firmly into his hard chest. His strong arms wrapped around you, one hand resting over your sari, the other slipping slightly under the fabric, resting against your bare waist exactly where he had wanted to touch you earlier. The warmth of his palm on your skin sent a small shiver down your spine. You gasped softly, your lips parting slightly, but you quickly controlled yourself and spoke calmly, teasing him. Wyan, smirking, remove your hand. The condition isn't completed yet. He leaned closer to your ear, his voice deep and full of desire. Taehyung, smirking, forget about that for now, John. There's no way I'm letting you go. Not when you're wearing something like this. You felt his lips moving closer to your neck, ready to press a kiss there. But before he could, you quickly raised your hand and pressed it against his lips, stopping him without even turning around. Wyan, firmly, no kisses. He chuckled softly under your palm, enjoying your resistance. Taehyung, whispering with a small smirk, as you wish, John. But of course, he didn't stop completely. Instead, he moved slightly and brushed his lips softly against your earlobe, placing a gentle kiss there. The touch was so light yet so intimate that it made your breath hitch for a second. You quickly glanced at him with a warning glare, but he just giggled like a mischievous boy who knew he was testing your patience. The two of you started swaying gently to the music. Taehyung wasn't really focused on dancing though, his hands were constantly moving, touching you as much as possible while pretending to dance. His fingers traced small circles on your waist and arms, and every touch was full of silent craving. Wyan, teasing softly. Someone's getting impatient. His deep voice came instantly, full of playful blame. Taehyung, smirking, and who's responsible for that? As he spoke, his hand slowly slid down your arm, taking your hand gently into his. He raised your hand to his lips and placed a soft kiss on the back of it, never breaking eye contact. Then he leaned in close again, his warm breath tickling your ear as he whispered. Taehyung, in a low, husky whisper, room number 102. Don't make me wait, John. And with that, he left the dance floor, disappearing into the crowd, leaving you standing there with a soft, victorious smirk on your lips. He was losing this game, exactly as you wanted. You stood in front of the big mirror, slowly removing your earrings one by one. The room was quiet, but your heartbeat wasn't. Suddenly, you felt a pair of strong arms wrapping around your waist from behind. A soft smile played on your lips. There were no masks on your faces now. Both of you were bare, facing each other as yourselves. You looked up at the mirror and met his intense gaze watching you. His eyes were full of hunger and love, focused only on you. Taehyung's hand slowly moved down and landed on your waist chain. His fingers started playing with it, gently pulling and rolling it between his fingers like a child playing with his favorite toy. But you smacked his hand lightly. Taehyung, smirking, ouch. That's not fair, John. You can't stop me from touching what's mine. You raised your eyebrow, still smiling as you reminded him. Whyun, teasing, the challenge isn't over yet, Taehyung. Don't forget. Whoever touches the other first has to crawl on his knees and listen to everything the winner says. He chuckled darkly, leaning his chin on your shoulder. Taehyung, low voice, so you want me, the underworld king who never boasts to anyone, to crawl to you? Your demands are getting bold, John. You slipped out from his hold and walked toward the bed. Sitting on it like a queen, you stretched your hands out invitingly, speaking softly yet firmly. Whyun, I don't mind if you don't want to do it, but then you won't be allowed to touch me. Not even after we get married, my dear fiancé. So think carefully. Your words hit him hard. His eyes darkened, filled with a storm of desire and frustration. No one else knew yet that you two were secretly engaged, soon to be married. But right now, only your game mattered. Whyun, smirking, now like a good man, crawl to me, darling. Without breaking eye contact, Taehyung slowly went down on his knees. His eyes stayed fixed on you, burning with desire. Inch by inch, he crawled toward you like a predator obeying his queen. As he reached close enough, you lifted your foot and placed it on his chest, stopping him. You tilted your head slightly, your voice teasing. Whyun, who would believe it? The great underworld king, crawling on his knees for a simple college student. He grabbed your ankle gently, bringing your foot closer to his lips. His eyes softened for a second before he pressed a soft kiss on the sole of your foot. The touch made your heart flutter. Taehyung, soft but intense. You mean, crawling for the ruler of my world, my wife. Your smirk widened. Slowly, you slid your foot from his hand back onto his chest, then down further, stopping only at his waist belt. He let out a low groan, his breathing growing heavier as your teasing continued. Whyun, innocently teasing, is it getting hard to control the beast, darling? Taehyung, voice raspier, very much. Stop teasing me, John. But you didn't stop. You moved your foot slightly lower and pressed a little harder, feeling his body shiver under your playful touch. His breathing turned rough, eyes turning even darker. Taehyung, John, you're teasing too much. Don't you think so? Whyun, acting innocent. What? I'm just helping. See, I'm massaging it, with my foot. You looked at him with wide, innocent eyes, but your foot kept pressing him more, waking up the beast fully inside him. Without any more warning, he stood up suddenly, grabbed you, and pushed you gently back on the bed. He hovered over you, eyes burning. Whyun, pouting. I wasn't done with you yet. Taehyung, low, dangerous voice, and I haven't even started, John. He slowly moved down your body, stopping only at your waist chain. His eyes stared at it, full of obsession. Then, without breaking eye contact, he leaned in and took part of the chain into his mouth. You gasped softly, your body arching slightly at the sensation. His warm lips brushed against your bare waist each time he played with the chain. You slid your fingers into his hair, holding him there, while your other hand clenched the bedsheet tightly as your breathing grew uneven. Taehyung, whispering with a smirk, now the true game begins, John. The chain was still between his lips, his dark eyes locked on your face as you struggled to keep your composure. He looked impossibly handsome, dangerously hot. You closed your eyes, knowing what awaited you. His hunger was awake now, the beast inside him fully alive, but even this beast was yours. He would still stop if you ever said one word. But you didn't. because you knew he had every right on you, just like you had on him. Wilted flower / the end / wilted flower.